Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to the Watch Party. I'm your host, Gene. How did you guys like Wonder Woman 84? I liked it. I guess a lot of people didn't. The main point of contention being that some nameless guy didn't give consent for Wonder Woman to make love to his body. To the people who made the movie into HBO, don't apologize for the weirdness of society. And don't double down, I say triple down. That's right, for Wonder Woman 3, we've got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, love triangle. See that? 3, the W, Wonder Woman. And for the men's part, completely non-consensual. Superman can be explaining to Lois Lane, "It's not my fault, baby. She had me under a love spell. I swear I couldn't help myself." Wonder Woman's gonna have to go on trial for the crime of being too attractive. Dua Lipa's gonna have to defend herself next. Alright guys, let's get into episode 7 review and analysis. And I'm gonna need your guys' help because just when I thought I was making sense of what's going on, or if I thought I was getting a clue, the rug gets pulled out from under me. So you know what to do. Hit pause on this, go watch episode 7 and come back. We start our review and analysis in 3, 2, 1. First, let's talk about Mother and her new superpower and mastery of manipulation. Who's really at work here, Mother alone or Mother and Sturgis together? And what is her ultimate goal now? Is it still the mission, or is it what she truly wants inside, what Sturgis planted inside her? Do you guys think that the Messiah references are getting too heavy-handed yet? Did anyone else notice the longer she spoke, the more she sounded like Gladys from Portal? That's gotta be an obvious homage. And she is savage. This lady never quits. I mean, right up to the very end, she's still getting inside Father's head. Just really impressive stuff. And can't we all agree there's no way she's Mother Teresa with how cruel she treated Marcus? If it wasn't for all the poison in his head, he would have ended her right then and there. I mean, anyone else would have. Holy shit. Now let's talk about Father. This episode's not gonna make me feel sorry for him. I just wanted him dead. I didn't want this lobotomized slave version of him. It's a fate worse than death. But Hunter noticed his quirks. Is he tapping code? And when Campion sees him later and says that he thought he was faking, that he might actually still be in there, where did he get that from? It had to be Hunter, right? So is Hunter turning a corner? I still want to see the Father figure do some badass things, so here's hoping he gets a personality swap down the line. Let's talk about the Mithraic in general. This lady has become my new love-to-hate character. And how could have this culture survived so long for being this stupid? There's no time for cognitive dissonance to settle in before she says, "This could be a prophecy misread." I mean, sure, it could. Or, although Paul is extremely intelligent and very imaginative, has no degree or experience in civil engineering and could just be designing one huge pile of shit. But are we supposed to just go with the flow here? Maybe I'm the stupid one for asking these questions or making these videos. Don't answer that. And using headstones of dead children to build your altar? Bold choice. If your goal was to piss everyone off, well done. This is a natural segue to get into Campion. This poor kid's been put through the ringer, and it sucks watching somebody lose their religion. Right or wrong, good or bad, it's an extremely hard thing to go through. And the thing about Campion is that of all the people on the show, he's probably the most natural born believer. No one taught him about a higher power in the early episodes or taught him how to pray or anything. He just did. So the question is, where does he go from here? Does he give up belief in higher power in general, or does he just give up belief into the Mithraic god? No matter what he decides, we are watching somebody become radicalized, so this is scary. Next, let's talk about Sue. I really wasn't expecting to feel this way, but this is a character I can get behind. Not only is she the most relatable and acts the most human, but she's also the voice of reason. And by the end of the episode, she has to know that her and the boys are in grave danger. So what is she gonna do? Here are the options. She can't just abscond with Paul and make a run for it. Is telling the Mithraic the truth an option? She'd be sacrificing her own life in an attempt to save Paul and the other kids. But I'd be very cautious of Lucius. I think he's built up a huge man crush on Marcus. And even if he did believe the truth, maybe his attitude at this point would be God works in mysterious ways, lol. I would like to see Sue's character survive onto future episodes and seasons, but something tells me. Now let's get into Marcus. Boy, oh boy. Can't really fault him for the decisions he's making because he is clearly a man possessed. Seeing his soul get exposed and then completely obliterated this episode was really hard to watch. And he put up one hell of a fight, even to the very end when he is fighting his former shadow self. But by the end of this one, it's obvious he is not who he is, and he is a very dangerous person. He no longer has any control over his thoughts and actions, which brings us to our last topic, the voices. This is a call to put our collective minds together and figure out what's going on. So far, it seems like we're dealing with two very separate supernatural forces. We have Tali, who either represents a creature on the planet or the actual actual planet itself. And she is not exclusive to one person or being. She's been witnessed by several people, including the androids. Tali is intent on leading people and androids away from places of safety. She enjoyed getting Mother hooked onto video games for some reason, and really wants Campion to kill himself. That simply isn't gonna happen. And what kind of threat does Campion pose exactly? Present, future, or otherwise? And then we have the other intelligence, which is represented by a male adult voice, and only Marcus can hear. It seems that this presence only made itself known when the Mithraic visited this temple, and has been in Marcus's head ever since. Perhaps this voice isn't so supernatural, but just another living thing that has possessed Marcus's mind. But it's also highly prophetic. Let her live and you'll be king of this world? What is it driving at? Does the voice truly have a vision for the planet that involves Marcus? Or is it just throwing poison down his ear and using him? And that final bombshell, telling Marcus that in fact he's the orphan boy in Mithraic legend? Why does Marcus's possession need Mother to live? Is this God and the devil at work here? I think there's 3 episodes left in the season. We need some solid answers. And that's the end of this recap. So what did you think of episode 7? I thought it was another great one, albeit very hard to watch. And we need some definitive answers soon, or else I'm gonna start getting frustrated. A heartfelt thanks goes out to the watchers and subscribers to this program, especially Robert and Stormy Storm. They become bedrock for this series. They both make the observation of the oddity of higher intelligences needing to meet their maker, and Robert comparing Campion and Paul to Romulus and Remus. That was just awesome, dude. If you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, and share. And catch us again next week where we review episode 8. Don't forget to contribute by leaving comments below. As always, thank you for watching Sunday Night Watch Party.